yesterday I'm mixing a track. I'm mixing that track, and as I'm mixing it, as I'm mixing the track, Logic, my program that I use, is super slow. And I have no clue why. I'm asking myself, like, what's going on with Logic? Keeps telling me that the disk is too slow, and I don't get it because I only have SSD here. My computer, internal drive SSD, the 4 drives that I have in my bay, all SSDs, all 1 terabyte, none of them full. I don't understand. This thing was just slow, and so I start checking, trying to find a way, and I keep not being able to finish mixing the song. Every time I stop playing, it just takes 10 minutes to load everything, and I don't understand what's going on. So at a point I ask myself, do I have a drive problem? I start looking, SSD slow, etc. And I download a program. Hey Emery, to call Drive DX, to check the status of my SSD drive, to check the smart status to see if everything is fine. I go inside the program. The program tells me that my disk is failing. I'm like, what? SSD drive failed too? Oh shit. I thought because it's not mechanical, there's less failure, and this is the biggest one. It's the drive with all the studio sessions, all my audio, all my recordings. That's the drive, the main one, the one where I have my last 2 albums. So of course I back up my stuff, but all these, like what I've been doing the last 3-4 years, it's in there. And I'm horrified because I'm like, yo, if my drive is failing and it's telling me, the program is telling me, your drive is failing, back up your data now. I'm like, yo, shit, what's going on? So, what I did, I took the session I was recording and what I was mixing. I took that file and I copied it. It's very slow. It was very slow, but I copied it to my main drive. Once I copied it to my main drive, I turned off my enclosure that have my 4 SSD down there. So I have 1 SSD for all my samples, all my Apple loops, etc. Anything that is sound data, I have 1 drive for this, 1 terabyte. I have another drive that is all my studio session, my masters, all the beats that I receive, all that. I have another drive. Everything is video. So Club Shada episode, past episodes, edits of small parts of the show, anything. If somebody tell me, I want to play that show on TV, I can just send them a drive. So everything, video editing, Final Cut, I have 1 drive for that. And then I have a last drive with everything graphic design, logos, CD covers from now till probably 2000 and even 1997, something like that. All my covers, all my cover art in Photoshop, Quark Express. I have everything. I need any cover art from any CD that I did, I can just take them. Everything is in that drive. And the one that was failing was the big 2 terabyte one that have only my music sessions. So the last album I recorded and the one before are there. Everything that is on cool, everything that I'm working on right now in that account, in that drive. I was like, oh shit, listen. So when these things happen, it's simple. If you don't take a shower now, you will not take a shower until in 2 days when you fix the problem. Computer stuff, you have to get in the mood. You have to already tell your family to leave you alone. So I went, turned off everything, finished my mix. Once my mix was finished, I put everything in Wave, did the master of that next single, upload everything to my distribution. Okay, I'm ready. 7th of October. I have releases until the 7th of October. Now, all this is done. I said to myself, either I try to find a way to fix this drive. I mean, I guess you're not gonna fix it. When it's failing, all you can do is save everything you can before everything disappears. So, what time was it? Yesterday, and it was already like late, so there was nothing I could really do. So, I just went to sleep. No, I went to the restaurant yesterday. I went to the restaurant. Then this morning, I said, okay, it's going to be the whole day. I'm going to fix this situation, or I'm going to try to fix this situation. So I go to, what did I do? The first thing I did was go to PC Diga, which is a, PC place, computer stuff in my neighborhood. I went there, so I took a scooter. I went there like 5 minutes, and I bought myself a brand new drive, like this, SSD drive. So that's what I use. So I bought myself one of these. So this is a 2 terabyte Evo, and I got myself a 1 terabyte. I didn't need that much because usually I get the big ones to do backups. So I got one like this. That's the one that failed. So I got a new one. I opened my enclosure. I went in the terrace and I start cleaning it, cleaning everything with the air compressor, make sure that it's pristine, etc. That's the first thing I did. Now I had a new drive. Now what I needed to do was remove the 4 drives from the enclosure. So I have 4 drives like this one. So I removed the 4 drives from the enclosure, and I took out in there my backup drives, because I have at least 10 backup drives there with old data. So I used to put them on big drive, Lassie, but now what I'm doing now, I put them on SSD drive, small ones, like size of a credit card with 1 terabyte inside. So here's one backup. This is a backup drive. It's very small. I'm not gonna open it now, but look at it. It's small like this. And you plug it by USB 3 to your computer. It's up there. You have 1 terabyte in there. You put everything that is done, like album that I finished, projects that are done that you don't need anymore. You put everything in the backup drive, right? So, blessed Bantuzik. So I got a drive like this, plus a new internal drive, and my goal was what? What I wanted to do this morning was take out all the drives that don't have to do with the faulty one, the new one, and the backup one. Put all these drives in the enclosure and do what? Take everything that is in the faulty drive and put them in the new drive. And once I'm done doing this, see in the new drive everything that is finished, every project that is finished, and put them in a backup and remove them from the main drive. Do some space. So not this album, because I'm still remixing it, but the album before, African Prince, I'm still remixing some stuff, so I might keep it still. But then everything else, like projects that are done, projects from other people, stuff I did for Blaya, for Anselmo, all that stuff, put everything in the backup drive so they don't need to be here, right? So my first try that I did, those SSDs are amazing. I have 2 of them. I have one I have actually one. I bought a first one to back up all the episodes of Club Shada, because as I'm playing live, I'm also recording to my main drive here in the Mac Studio. Soon as the show is over, I got a folder with the latest 10 recordings, and I take them after a certain time. I take them and I put them in the backup drive. So I have a backup drive just for photos, vlogs, and videos and Club Shada episodes, so that I can keep everything in case I need to a high quality version to play them on somewhere, or maybe, hey, listen, in case my YouTube channel disappears one day for whatever reason and I need to re-upload everything in a decentralized version of YouTube or whatever, I have my backup. So what do? I select the first drive, right? What up, Jordan? I select the first drive and I just take the drive and I say, save all the content to the new drive. It does, listen, he start calculating for I don't know how long. Then he said, okay, it's 416 gigabytes. 416 gigabytes of data. Do you want to copy all this? I said, yes, copy it. And then it just got stuck. And he told me, impossible to copy the drive because there's an error. Listen, the drive was failing already, meaning that some of the files in there were already starting to be corrupted, so you could not copy them anymore. And those files were lost already. So some sessions, so because it was a composition drive, in that drive I have compositions, MIDI files, and recording sessions of, probably 4 or 5 years of recording sessions. And some of them were already failing. And unreadable, done, dead. So I was like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? I said, okay, let me open the drive. And instead of trying to copy everything, I'm gonna copy things one by one. So open a folder, the Kaysha folder, or maybe start from the top. So I started with I don't remember what was the folder I started with, but I went up. So I have the composition folder where it's just the beats I produce. And then in the composition folder, I have house music, zouk, kizomba, compa, reggaeton, hip hop, R&B, all the styles that I do. I divide everything in categories. And then after that, you have inside of each category, you have the year of production. Then you have the songs that I produce. And then you have another folder called Music Studio. On that folder, I have names of artists. So let's say I do a track with Bodhisattva. I have a folder called Bodhisattva. Inside that folder, I have all the songs I did with Bodhisattva. Mike, I have everything I did with Mike. Philly, I got a Philly folder. I got stuff from like compositions and productions from maybe it's from, I don't know, from 2001, 1999 and before. And some things even in programs that I don't even know. I don't even have the programs to open them. Like some old file from Pro Tools, Digital Performer, Cubase. I have everything. And I keep everything organized by artist name. So to show you how it looks like, this is what I had. Let me see. Can I show my drive? Yeah, there it is. So for example, how do I show my desktop? Let me see. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. Wait, let me see if I can just put the desktop. Show me the entire screen. No, show me the Finder. There you go. So as you can see here, I have this drive. So you have compositions, and then in composition you have genres: two-step, Afro house, amapiano, and composition for other artists. And then inside there you have 69, ADM, ABG, Adams, Akon, Alisa. Did I do a track for Akon? Okay. I know Fela, Arsenic, like Baby Norton, all maybe crews, all type of people that I worked with during my life. And then in there you have folders with whatever program I use at that time. And then you have genres like, okay, baile funk, for example, I got 2 tracks. Deep house, I got all these deep house that I did, and all these are Logic sessions because they are fairly. And then hip hop, you have in you know, like 2007, for example, 2008, 2009, etc., etc. Plus other older ones from, I don't even know what I use to program those, right? But I have everything. I can reopen everything I did in my life. And then I have a mastering. So this is for when I do my mastering by myself. I have a folder. Extra, I have no idea what is there. MIDI file stuff. And then I have a music studio. In this one, I have all my recording for me and other people. So Bodhisattva, everything I did with Bodhisattva, like Kilulu, for example, the last one, Braid, Supernova, Sin City, Eligio, stuff I did with Olivier, whatever, etc. So I don't have all the folders there because I'm not done with my saving. So what I start doing is what I did. I open in the bad folder. I open for composition, and then I took the first folder, this one, and then I open a second window like this on the new folder. So the new folder is called Doramon. The older one was called Doraku. Doraku. And don't ask me why I name. Listen, forget it. So I open another folder on the new drive, right? Where is it? Doramon. And I just did like this. I created a folder called composition. I created a folder called two-step, and then I copied everything that's inside. So this and every time, so let's say this one was the Afro folder. In the Afro folder, I have way more tracks from On the Quad to everything else I did. So I started there. I opened the 2010 folder. That was the first one. And I copy what's inside. Then I open this, I copy what's inside. And every time there was a corrupted file, it would stop copying and tell me error 35, cannot copy. So I would not copy that file. That's what I would do. So imagine the nightmare. Now, so some of those files were lost forever. I mean, they would have been lost forever, but you know your boy. What I did after doing all that, I went to a solution that I use. So look, if you look at my my Chrome right now, you would see that down there, here, I don't know if you can see, but down there, it is downloading something. It's 16 hours left. There's 26 gigabyte downloaded out of 400 gigabytes. Okay, what is this? I actually use a program, and listen, let me give you the link already. I'm gonna put the link in the chat because listen, even if it's not a sponsor, I'm telling you, that's the best thing I ever used. I put the link in the chat, and the link is also in the description. It's called Backblaze. So what is Backblaze? Backblaze is an online backup that I've been using for probably 15 to 16 years now. And what it does, you pay, I think, $8 a month. And for $8 a month, every time your computer is not doing anything, it checks what's in your drive and it uploads everything to the internet, to the cloud, and it stays there. So it just takes the whole copy of your whole computer and every drive that is connected to your computer, and it uploads everything to the cloud. And what happens is that whenever you need anything, let's say you're not in front of your computer, even on your phone, you can go to Backblaze website, enter your encrypted code, put your, like, there's a lot of security because it's your file, right? And then you can get any file that is in your computer that is backed up. You can access it anywhere in the world. Hey, I need this studio session or this file or whatever that is in this drive that is connected to my computer. You can go, it will send you a link with a download, and poof, you can download this. So what did I do? I went there, I went to my backup, and I saw all my 5 drive, my main drive, plus my 4 drive, and also the backup drive, because it backs up everything. And I saw the drive that I wanted to recuperate from backup, which is Dorukai. And then it gives you options. Do you want us to send you a drive? So you pay for a drive, and they send you a new drive or a USB key or a new SSD from America or wherever they are. I think they're in America, and they send it to you by DHL. Of course, you have to pay, and everything arrives to your house. The drive exactly the same as the one that maybe your computer burned in a house or something, or you lost your computer, somebody stole your laptop. As long as everything is backed up, they can send you everything. Or what you can do what I'm doing right now. In 17 hours from now, I just tell them, no, I don't need to receive a drive. Just send me my whole drive by the internet. So right now I'm downloading a zip file that has the content of all the drive that has failed. And what I'm gonna do, everything that I could not salvage, for example, I could not get my Kaysha folder, the most important, because the Kaysha folder itself is 106 gigabytes. So this must be full of already corrupted files. So I was like, you know what? Forget about this. I save all the small files. I'm gonna get a huge download of my whole drive, and once I get it, I'm downloading it right now. So tomorrow at 4 p.m. I'm just gonna open this this zip file, and it will show me all the content of my drive from the previous backup, which is 2 days ago. And I didn't do nothing in that drive until then. So I'm gonna start recuperating everything, copy everything in this drive, right? The new drive. So Doru, how did I name it? Oh my God, me and my names. I named it Doramon. So I'm gonna copy everything in my new drive, and then it's gonna be like if nothing happened. And then Backblaze will replace the backup of that old drive with this new drive. I'm just gonna tell him, hey, this is the drive you have to upload, and then it will just start making a safety copy of this drive in the cloud. So once I'm done with that, I have my online backup. I'm gonna take this drive. I'm gonna take this drive that I just bought, that is 1 terabyte, plug it USB 3 in my music drive, my drive, and I'm gonna copy everything that is old already, that I don't need to have in front of me, that I never opened. I'm gonna take all these sessions and I'm gonna back them up. So I can only have maybe the work for the last 2 years with me that I can use. And anytime I need to open maybe an old thing, I'll just take this drive. Same for old Club Shot episode, old shows, etc. That's how I do. And so that's where I am right now. Needless to say that I just took a shower just before this show. Before that, I was just in front of my computer non-stop. I didn't even eat. And listen, as I'm talking right now, I'm at 30 gigs downloaded, and it's another 370 gigs left to download. And listen, trust me, Backblaze. Click on this link that's in the chat or in the description. Listen, one day I remember. When was it? And you know those things, you never think you're gonna need it, right? Oh, nobody's gonna break into my house. Oh, my house never gonna burn. Oh, I'm never gonna lose my computer. And then listen, your drive can just stop working, and all of a sudden you lose maybe an important work that you're doing. Imagine the beauty that you can go inside of Backblaze and you can just recuperate everything. And you can go like, even if you just need one file, listen, you in the other side of the world and you forgot a file, you can go to your phone, you go to the Backblaze app, and you can have it sent to you. Like you can look everything that's in your drives and find one file that you need, and then after 1 minute it sends you a link, you download that file, you can use it. This already saved me once in studio, or sometimes you left on holiday and you really need something that's important, but it's in your drive but you don't have it. With Backblaze, it's in the cloud and it's encrypted, safe, etc., etc. So I remember like maybe 10 years ago, I'm talking with Bodhisattva and I tell him, bro, Backblaze is the shit. Backblaze, you have to use Backblaze. He was like, yeah, you and your stuff. I said, bro, listen, we musicians, Backblaze, we need to back up our stuff. And Buddy was like, yeah, maybe I'll download it. I was like, bro, stop maybe. Download it. And listen, if you pay for the whole year, I think it's something like $80 for the whole year. I said, bro, I'd rather pay $80 per year than be crying when I lose all my files. And he was like, yeah, I know, I'll do it. Okay, cool. At a point, we stopped talking about it. I forgot. We're chilling, and he was still living in Belgium. So one day, he went to Paris for a show, and Buddy works on a laptop. So he only works with his laptop. He had in his laptop, the same laptop that he used to perform was the same laptop that he used at that time to also make his beats. And he had everything that he ever produced and all his work that he was doing, production, samples, everything on that laptop. And maybe on a drive that he had connected to the laptop, I don't remember. And I think they went to a restaurant. They went to a restaurant in Paris Center, and then he left the laptop inside the trunk. And yeah, they went to eat for 1 hour. And when they came back, the car had been broken in. Somebody broke the window and just opened the door, got to the trunk, and recuperated everything that was in the car, including his laptop. And he called me in panic. Oh my God. They stole my computer. Oh my God, I cannot do the show. How am I going to do the show? How am I going to do this? He was like yelling. I was like, yo, And me, I was like, bro, don't tell me it's the computer with all your stuff, all your work, all your production, all your samples, all the work you've been doing for the last 5, 6, 7 years. Don't tell me it's in there. He's like, oh shit, this the computer. Oh my God, And I tell him, thank God for Backblaze. You've been doing Backblaze, like I told you, right? And he's like, no, okay, I don't. Oh. It took Buddy a whole year to start making beats again, just because he lost so much courage. Listen, we take years and years to craft our samples, our instruments, the programs we use, the templates, the to program some sounds to sound different from everybody else. We take years and years to do it, to have our own samples, to create a library of something that's starting to sound like us. And then we have all these sessions with the vocals. Imagine you recorded like 10 songs, and you have those 10 songs that maybe you had to go to record somebody in America, somebody there in the studio. So some people that they will not come and re-record a song, and all of this was gone. And I told him, bro, I told you it's $8 a month. I mean, I don't even, is it? Let me see how much is it per month, because I've been telling $8. It was $8 10 years ago. But I mean, at that time, it was $8. Let me see. Backblaze.com. Back up your Mac or PC, etc. Look at them. How much is it? Personal backup. Pricing. $7 a month, bro. 70 per year, or 130 for 2 years. I was like, bro, I know you hate it when I do this. I know you hate it when I start telling you should have, and you like, leave me alone, because the voice of reasons, nobody like to hear it. But I told him, bro, I've been telling you for years. $7 a month. $7. For $7, they back up everything. I'm downloading a 400 gigabyte backup of my whole music drive that just broke. If I didn't have this, everything I did because the last time I back up to another drive was probably pre-pandemic, three years ago. So if I didn't have this, maybe I would have lost 3 years of work. Beats from other people, that. Listen, I have a lot of beats from Malcolm that, Malcolm, every time he does beats, he send me the beats. And every time he wants me to sing on a beat, he just send it to me. Or every time I have a beat that I like, he just sends it to me. And sometimes he can have a hard drive failure. But because I already have all his beats in Wave, I don't need him to send me anything anymore. I record on top of this and I release them. Now imagine that one day he lost all his beats. I remember he lost all his drive. His PC had a failure, and I think I had 100 beats from Malcolm. And he was like, I lost all my beats. I was like, well, I can send you the 100 that I have. He was like, what? I said, yeah, I have a whole folder full of your beats. Like I have for Lil Maro, like I have for every beat maker I work with. I store whenever I need, I use. And he was like, I'm supposed to sell some beats to some people. What am I going to do? I said, yeah, bro, let me send you your beats from 2 years ago. I have like 100 of them. Just tell me the one you're going to use, and then I'll erase from my side. And hey, bro, go back to producing. And I told him the same thing. Backblaze. And I'm not saying this because they are paying me. They're not paying me. I've been using this program, this service, for more than 15 years. I was in Paris when I started using it on a Mac Pro from 2006, 2005, something like that. I've been backing up my computers on there forever. And when I change computer, I copy the old computer in a new computer, and I tell Backblaze, hey, this is the new computer with the same thing, and then it just resume backing up the new computer and not re-uploading the old files. And as it's uploading, if you're using your computer to do something, for example, I'm live right now, Backblaze knows that I'm using the internet, so it knows that I'm uploading and I'm using bandwidth to do a live show, it stops using the bandwidth. So it stops uploading anything until I'm not doing anything in my computer. So usually at night when I go to sleep, when I put my computer to sleep, then it checks everything. It checks everything that is new in the computer, and it just upload them one by one. And the big upload is the first one. This one can take a whole week depending on your computer speed. Here in Portugal, speed is, fiber network speed is fast, but when I was in Paris, I was really on the slow speed. To upload a video on YouTube today, it takes me 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Back then, it would take me an hour to upload a video on YouTube. And my first backup on Backblaze took a month. But after that, once everything is backed up, everything you do during the day, it's just gonna back up that. It's just gonna check what changed in your computer and back it up. Once you remove a file from your computer, let's say you erase a file, I think it keeps it for 10 or 15 days. So if you erase something by accident, you're looking for it, you can find it in your backup for 10 days. Listen, they're not paying me. This is the best service ever. It's like, listen, I start using it because the people that I respect the most in the Mac community, the John Grubers, the ATP, everybody, they all use Backblaze as their online backup. So I was like, I gotta try that. And bro, since I start using that, works for Mac, works for PC, and I think let's say you have I use desktop, but if you use a laptop, it's the same thing. Soon as you don't use your laptop, soon as it goes idle, it starts uploading stuff. And anything you plug, listen, even if you have when you have this, for example, inside of your camera, you have those little storage for your with your photos inside. If you plug them to the reader and you let them long enough, it will back up this too. Listen, that service is amazing. Anything that is plugged to your computer is backed up. And I think I have something like 5 terabytes of backed up data. Movies, Club Shada episodes, all my music videos, etc. All there. So I remember telling Buddy, I was like, bro, I told you, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry to tell you, but you had it coming. I've been telling you for years to use that solution. And come on, like, all you had to do was connect, put your credit card in or whatever, your PayPal, and pay $70. Like, this is one night at the restaurant. And he was like, oh, that's not what I want to hear. I said, that's what you're supposed to hear. We were talking today, me and him, and I was telling him, yo, thank God for backup. Like, thank God for Backblaze. Backblaze just saved me. And he was like, he was telling me, yeah, I just stopped my backups, my Backblaze. I was like, why would you do that? And I don't remember why. And I think he wanted to use Dropbox, because Dropbox now does the same thing. I think they also have a backup solution, but I didn't try the Dropbox one because I'm very happy with Backblaze. But I know that Dropbox now has and because I use Dropbox Pro, I think I have access to the backup, but I'd never tried it. Let me see how it works. Let me see. That's not here. Products, Dropbox, backup. There it is. Let me see. Peace of mind for all your digital life. If you have a Dropbox account, you can easy, secure, and fast. In a few clicks, you can choose the files and folder you want to back up to keep safe. We'll take it from there. It's automatic. And you can recover them from, yeah, it's more or less the same thing, right? Manage everything, yeah. How much is the backup per year? $5. Wow. Is it on top of what you have already? Let me see what type of account I have. My Dropbox. What do I pay? No, that's my files. That's not what I wanted to see. Your account has 2 terabytes of storage. I can upgrade to what? No, Dropbox Business. I'm not interested. Yeah, well, anyway, Dropbox also has a service, but listen, I never tried it. I think Buddy wants to do it. Me, I'm using 700 gigabytes, but I still have 2 terabytes left. Okay. Well, I thought the backup was part of it. You have to pay it. All right. Well. Anyway, listen. I'm telling you, as simple. Oh, new stream royalty. I just see now. Mike Phoenix with $20. Thank you. I'm telling you, Backblaze. You have the link. Use it. Listen, it saved me today after using it and not really needing it. It's just been running in the background for probably 16 years on my computers, and I never had to use it. I moved from Paris, I came here, I changed computer probably 5 times already, and look, yesterday is the day that my drive just decided to explode. And tomorrow, in around 16 hours, when my 400 gigabytes is downloaded, I will have a full exact copy of my drive. Listen,